Good morning, everyone. It's great to be back. As I promised, I'm coming to you as often as I can to add value to your lives and to support this beautiful industry that I love. And I know that you love it too. No one goes into the beauty industry and stays there unless they're completely committed to creating change for other women. So one of the things that I'm seeing continuously lately is damage done to women's beauty, their brow beauty, through microblading, tattooing, brow misting, and so on and so on. In the not too distant past, I've been contacted by a number of people in the United States, where of course microblading began in a much faster and sort of in a bit of a flurry, a few years prior to Australia, I would say. With the issues that they're having now, not being able to continually blade over, mist over their clients' brows, and finding that they're creating scarring, discoloration, and women's beauty is just, in some cases completely damaged permanently. Many of them have bought tattooing removal machines, and these people are people that do just tattooing. Now, why am I speaking about this? Because as the Educator of the Year for 2018 with the ABIA, a woman that's been in the beauty industry for over 34 years, and really someone that ethically, just like I know you do and would if you're listening to me, really holds in my heart the women that I have the opportunity that trust me and that I have the opportunity to work on and work with. I really take it seriously. So let me tell you why I think this has been happening. And it doesn't matter whether it's microblading, tattooing, even though this is a permanent problem for a lot of people now, and that we and all of the true brow specialists that I work with are seeing continuously the most horrendous damage to women's, I'm not talking about their brows here, you have to understand, to their beauty. It's devastating. So, but let me tell you my thoughts on it and why I believe we've fallen into that. But before I do that, I want to share with you a personal story that might, for some of you, you might think, oh, wow, really? Wow, that's unbelievable. 25, oh no, untrue. Almost 30 years ago, I was a young girl, and I was pretty bright. I was a salon owner. And I used to have a lady that would come in and actually do tattooing on my clients. Not on brows, but on lips, eyeliner, things like that. And of course, back then I didn't have the true brow system at all. I was just brow shaping like most of you do now. And I was in this kind of like state. I'd fallen pregnant at 25, and I wanted to have my brows tattooed. Oh, I just wanted it. I wanted it. And I'm that type of a person sometimes. I have managed that side of my personality a lot over the years. But I mean, she was fabulous at her tattooing, her skills. She learned them overseas. She was a specialist. She'd been doing it for many years. And she really, hi Julie, how are you? And she was extraordinary. She used the needle. There was no machines back in those days. And women that did any type of tattooing, and don't tell me microblading is not tattooing, because I'll bring an expert on here and I will tell you, she will tell you that you're wrong, right? So let's not fool ourselves, because we can't fool ourselves if we want to give our clients the very best. And I know for some of you this is going to be painful, because a lot of you here that are on this group or whatever actually do offer this service in your salon. So, but you've got to be brave. You know how many times I've had to change what I've done in my life because I've realized that what I was doing wasn't, it just wasn't for the highest value of my clients. I had an entire skincare line that I actually shut down because of my values, my ethics. it doesn't mean that we don't keep learning and seeing. And just because we might have made a wrong turn, it doesn't mean we can't turn back and go, you know what? No, this is no longer true. So anyway, back to my story. So I thought, you know what? I want to have tattooing. I want to get up every day and not have to do anything. What an absurd idea. Absurd idea. Absurd. And this beautiful woman who I used to look up to, you know, she was so glamorous. And back then I was 25, about to, you know, I was pregnant, and she'd arrive in her gorgeous car and a little case. She'd walk along and I'd look up at her and I'd just think, oh my God, I just want to be like you. And as we do when we're younger. And I said to her, you know, I'll tattoo my eyebrows. And she said, no way, you don't need them. And of course I didn't. I had beautiful eyebrows, just like so many beautiful young girls have now. Right? Beautiful eyebrows that could be very, very easily turned into masterpieces with the right knowledge. I didn't need it, and she refused. And my determination and my persistence and my ignorance, ultimately I won. I got what I wanted. Now, 30-something years later, now we're not talking about machines, and I mean, this woman's pigment was just like extraordinary. It was all like top shelf. No one came into my salon to do anything that wasn't working in that way. And top, world class. We're not talking about bad pigment, and now we've got better pigment. If we've got better pigment, why am I seeing women walking around with red eyebrows like, you know, like a red hot train? You know, like red train, you know, like what is it? The red that those I don't know, it just comes to me, the train. 30 years later, I am still working to, every day I shade in my eyebrows. Now I'm really lucky because I would say, one of the world's top brow specialists. I'm a creator of True Brow. I'm the founder. I created a system for eyebrow design and transformation that no one else in the world has created. I know what to do. I created a product that can actually help me. Fire Engine Red. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. So, you know, I'm not just an ordinary consumer. I'm someone that knows how to do that, but I still have to do it. 30 years later, what am I covering? Fading brow tattoos that have faded in areas that, you know, are making my brows, good morning Jacinta, unlevel in places. I've got angles, I've got points, I've got friction on my face because of this. And I need to fix it every day. So let me take you back to, so I'm here to tell you my story. I'm here to be transparent. I'm not here to pretend with you. I'm not here to say to you, you know, I've got a real reason for saying this doesn't work. And you'll be damaging not only the beauty of your clients, you're going to be damaging your brands and your businesses. You cannot keep doing this. No one can have, I mean, we've even got in Australia, one of the brow specialists going in and actually trying to save her butt. Right? She's trying to save her business by doing marketing campaigns saying, oh, all of a sudden tattooing's not for everyone, but she's tattooed everyone. You have to wake up, girls. When something like this comes out, who do you think is bringing this out into the industry? Ask yourself the question, who comes and markets to the beauty professional? Marketing companies, corporations that want to make a lot of money and they see a gap. So what you're actually listening to is marketing spiels, not real research. Yeah, and Christine, I love this. You're saying you've got henna, but people are wanting a permanent what? How permanent is henna? Henna's coming off. You know, henna is not natural. This is another conversation we need to have. Henna, you know, you might be telling your clients that henna is natural. You're misleading them. They're marketing to you again. Now, for us to really be respected as an industry, for consumers to look up to us, you know, we have to be the educators, the influencers, the experts. So in other words, when someone comes to you and you start seeing henna and these companies are selling you henna or tattooing and giving you the marketing spiel, you have got to stand up and educate your clients from real facts. So let me break it down for you. For example, let's look at microblading. Makeup that you wake up with, that you don't have to do anything, you just look beautiful. So why are women waking up next to their husbands every day with two tails, with red brows, green brows, grey brows, blue brows, purple brows, and ashamed of the way they look, and have to go to the mirror every day and either change the shape, level their brows, hopefully with some product that mainly makes it look even worse, and that they can't leave the house without doing this? Orange brows. Did I say orange brows? If the answer to this wake up and have makeup on is microblading, let's stand up and go hurrah, but it isn't. How many times can a 20-year-old go over the same skin, have it misted, bladed, I don't care what name they use. Wisen up, everybody, please, for the sake of our beautiful industry. How many times can you go over and blade? Most of you are skin professionals. You understand what happens to skin and the integrity of the skin that has to be maintained. How many times can a young 20-year-old who's done it, how many times? Jacinta, I'll answer that question, my love, to you in just 1 second. I'll come back to that. So I'm not here trying to get you to do anything. I'm here to talk about this conversation that must be spoken about, because the damage is really serious. What we're seeing in our masterclass events is scaring me. What I'm being told by microbladers, tattooists, brow misters around the world is scaring me, and I'm coming and I'm imploring you, if you are at an earlier stage in your brand and in your business, really think about what's happening. So, they're telling us that your brows are going to be fantastic and you just come in and get it done again. How many times have I heard girls say to me, I say to them, if they ask me, and they say, my brows have gone, orange. And I say, oh dear, that's terrible. Let's see what we can do for you. Let's grow your natural brow back. In a masterclass, got to begin somewhere. They're models. And they say, it's my fault. It's my skin type. Really? This is what these girls are being told. It's their fault. And the thing is that when we make bad decisions, we feel ashamed. When we make bad decisions, we feel ashamed, and then we try and defend our position. So these poor women are out there, and it's got to end. Now, most of the people that talk to me, even students that I've had that go out and start doing microblading, say to me, my husband told me that it could make me a lot of money. If I train in it, or if I do it on my clients, I can make a lot of money. What has that got to do with your ethics? What has that got to do with why you went into this profession in the first place? What has that got to do with it? Have you ever looked at microblading and thought to yourself in 6 months' time that it hasn't made the brow look dull? Now, I don't care who does it. I'd take on anyone that does it. And I'd have a conversation with them. I have spoken to microbladers, tattooists, brow misters who have walked away and said no more, and give me the real story. And I'm bringing it to you, and I'm asking you, let's question the things that the marketers of the world bring to us. They're not even marketers, actually. They're corporations, big companies, intelligent people that employ marketers to fill in, to address pain points. That's what marketing is. You want to ask me, I'm a brander, I'm a business coach, I'm a marketer. I know how this works. If you don't have ethics and you market, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, but your clients are. The people that are listening to you and ultimately will come to you are in trouble. Because what you're doing is you're solving a pain point, but you're doing it without ethics and without heart. You're doing it to fill a void and go, yeah, this is the answer. Give me your money. So then we have, beauty professionals that go out and believe this marketing. Why wouldn't they? No one told them not to trust it. I'm telling you, don't trust it. Let's make this group about asking the real questions and getting the real answers. I will do everything I can. I research everything before I begin. So for those of you that weren't on earlier, who would go and completely annihilate an entire skincare line that they'd spent several years developing because all of a sudden they realised, hang on a minute, this is not what it seemed. This is what happens, guys. Like decades ago, we didn't know that smoking hurts us. We didn't know that. We had to wait decades to go, oh my gosh, we can't, I haven't smoked, but, my dad smoked in the house all the time. I don't smoke in the house, don't smoke in the car, don't smoke around children. How long do we have to wait before we learn our lessons? So let's go back to henna. Henna is not natural. It has PHP in it. It is extremely unnatural, and it has to have that because when I spoke to an Ayurvedic skin company and to the founder, and I discussed this with her, and I said to her, how are they doing this with brow henna? And she said, I have no idea, Elle. Henna takes 24 hours to dry. There is no way it goes the colour that it turns out like. I have no idea what these people are doing. Don't be fooled. Don't believe because someone told me the other day, oh, but what about the reputable henna companies? It's the same. And the ones that have a little bit more ethics will go out and say to you, hey, guess what? There's PHP in our product. And I applaud them. But what does that mean to you? So if you're telling your clients that henna makes brow hair grow, whoever said that? What an absolute piece of dishonesty. I'm just going to control myself. Do we want to mislead our clients? Is that the way you're going to build a brand and a business that withstands a test of time? Absolutely not. If your clients want permanent natural brows, then find the permanent timeless solution. I'm here. I'm giving it to you. And this is not for you to come to me. Go somewhere else. But that is not that I believe anyone else offers that, to be really honest, because I'm sorry, that's the facts. If you don't mind, henna's working for you, henna's falling apart. It's just like brow extensions. Brow extensions were the big thing. God help us. How many people said to me, oh, Elle, no, I won't do your course. I'll go do brow extensions and come back 6 months later, wasting their money, wasting their time, having clients leave them, losing trust, and then coming and saying, I wish I'd listened to you in the first place. Right? So I'm trying to look at the comments, my darlings, on this side. So I'm not here to bag anyone. I'm here to open our eyes as an industry for all of us. I want you to question. I want you to say, who are the people that are telling us, that microblading is going to be the key for women? Do we want to be dishonest? Do we want to be marketers, or do we want to be the educators, the influencers, the experts for our clients so they can come to us because they can trust us? As Samara, you said the only way you'll keep your clients is to be honest and upfront with them. They'll become loyal to you because of the trust you build. Absolutely. And you cannot build trust when you don't do your research. Correct, Samara? If you do not do your research and you believe what skincare companies, what microblading, tattooing companies are telling you, what henna companies are telling you, if you don't come on here and speak to me, do you reckon that I'm going to tell you something that's not honest? Just have a little think about that. Have a think about my reputation, what I've built my companies on, why I have actually stepped back and never ever go into hot trends, never go into quick fixes, never ever ever will I do that. Why won't I? Don't you think that I could, with my reputation, make a whole bunch of money doing that? Don't you think I could make so much money that, but what's that got to do with it? I make a whole heap of money. And I keep my ethics and my trust and my loyalty, my value intact, because that's more important to me than some quick fix. Quick fixes don't work. Look at microblading. It's falling apart. And it's happening so much that people are coming to me and saying, can you please help me? Can you save my brand? Can you save my business? Because I don't know what to do. Now, otherwise I wouldn't be coming to you. If it was working, I'd say it's fine. I'm gonna put up some images here of really bad work from really amazing microbladers, tattooists, brow misters. It doesn't matter. It's not the artist. It's the actual service. It's a treatment. There's no guarantees. There are no guarantees what color it will go. There are no guarantees where it will fade. There are no guarantees about how it will react on a person's chemistry, body chemistry. There are just simply no guarantees. It's the same with henna. So do you truly, just with different things and in different ways. There are no guarantees how long it's going to stay on the skin. None whatsoever. There are no guarantees if it's going to flake off, when it's going to be flaking off. It's got nothing to do with you. It's the product we're talking about. Do you want to build your brand on that? Think about it. It's so important. Jacinta, I just want to answer your question, and I'm loving that you're asking me questions. This is marvelous. Have you, Elle Wilson? Have you said you had the business opportunity available that was posted on Friday? I think, is that different to your 12-month course? That is the 12-month course. It's even more. It's actually brows and business, Jacinta. It's everything. It's so powerful. It's a machine. It's a machine, a machine, that's all I can tell you. And I built it with my team of experts, and it's blowing my mind. But it's here. It's here, and it's very exciting. I love that I get to open up these controversial topics. For me, I apologize from the deepest parts of my heart if you are a microblader, a tattooist, and you built your business on this. I'm so sorry I have to put this out into your world and ask you to look again. You haven't made a mistake that's not something you can change and step up and go, hang on a minute, what am I actually doing? Is this working? I want to question it. It's not bad. I've made so many mistakes in my life that I've had to come back from, and look at me. My world is just, it's like a rainbow. It's not about not getting it wrong or moving in a way or feeling ashamed or bad. You're beautiful. You're perfect. But really start asking the questions, start looking at what it is that is leading you and how you're making your decisions in your brands and in your businesses. And have a look at where is that information coming from, who's feeding it to you, and what is their agenda. And then the minute you do that, you'll be able to step back and put a post on here, put a comment up here, ask me a question, do anything you want. I'm here for you. And I can promise you, I guarantee you, I will never, ever, ever give you information that has any agenda behind it. I don't sell True Brow to anyone. Never, never, never. I'm not here to sell True Brow to you. People that love True Brow and what it stands for, its essence, its timelessness, they come to me. And that's how I like it, because I'm not a salesperson. I might inspire, that's different. I want you to do what's best for your business. I want you to do what's best for your brand. It's lovely being with you. Wow, we've been on for 23 minutes almost. That's huge. Thank you so much. I'm coming back again with more information, more inspiration, more controversy. We're going in deep, and we're going to find out. We're going to blow all of the mist out of the water, and we're going to have you build businesses that you're so proud of. And I want, even if it's that tiny little bit that I support you and help you in that, I feel just wow. Thank you so much for allowing that for me to be even a tiny little part of your lives. Thank you for listening, for watching, and we'll be back. Have a glorious, glorious day, everybody.